Hello guys, and a very warm welcome to this prediction video. Um, I'm hoping this works because last time when I looked back at it for the World Cup 2022 and for the women's prediction video, the screen wasn't working. So I apologise for that, but I've got a new phone now and hopefully it will work for this prediction video. As you can see, we are going to be using the Telegraph predictor. 49 days from kickoff. I think it was 50 yesterday, so we're not far away from this tournament now. Over a month and 19. No, a month and nine. No, a month and 19 days. I think is right. So yeah, it's not far away now to the Euros. I thought, let's do this. Let's get this out the way. This prediction video. I predicted the last two champions. If you can remember, actually no, I didn't predict the women's one right, but I predicted the World Cup right. I predicted that Argentina would get there. I didn't predict the runner-up right, but we had an epic final, and I was watching that final. I was like, I predicted Argentina. I predicted Argentina, and a lot of people predicted Argentina because of their form going into that tournament. Um, and that will be a big factor of this video. Also, I'm going to look back at other tournaments that I can remember from the back of my head and how teams have played in the past, because there are some teams returning, like Turkey, and I think Denmark, I think Sweden are in. No, Sweden aren't in this tournament. That shocked me a bit. But anyway, let's get the group stages out the way. This prediction video is going to go on my YouTube channel and my Facebook, so people can look back at it. Let's start off with Group A, and we have got Germany, Scotland, Switzerland, and Hungary. I did that in the opposite way round there, if you've just noticed. Um, as you've noticed, it goes, you pick your first one first, second one second, third, fourth, and then there is three third place teams, not three, four third place teams that will be going to the round 16. This has been my favourite thing about this competition. A lot of people don't like it, but I do. I think it's a great format. It gives every game like effectively a factor of the competition and just makes the tournament exciting. You know, every game matters. That's something that not many tournaments happen. If you lose your first two games, you're already out. If it's a normal even number, so I I have a weird feeling about this group. I I do think Germany are going to win, so I'm going to put Germany first. The only reason I put Germany first is looking at their recent results. They're looking good again. And of course, they're at home. I don't think they're going to disappoint this summer. Second is a hard one because it's between three teams. All three of these teams can do it. We've seen how Hungary have been strong over the last few years since 2016 when they first made a return back to the Euros, and they've been on a progression since that tournament. And they're a team that will build up. Switzerland can be always an odd one, but can always deliver. And Scotland. I think this is going to be tight. I do think one of these teams will get third position qualification from the back of my mind. Um, and I am going to go with the second. I'm going to go for Hungary. I was going to go for Scotland, and I'll put Scotland third. I haven't seen anything really from Switzerland since the World Cup, so I'm going off of that. They weren't great at the World Cup, being honest. Um, and I think Scotland, Hungary, and Switzerland is difficult because you're always going to go for Switzerland if you're going to want to save your money. But if you want to be a bit bold, I think Hungary have been so much better. You could even put Hungary first. I think it's that difficult, this group. Anyone could finish first. This is probably the most open group of the tournament. Um, And yeah, I can't see any like difference. I think if Germany didn't do well against the Netherlands and France, they might have gone to second, and it might have been Hungary first, or it could have gone the opposite way. But over the last few months, each team, apart from probably Switzerland, has had a weird thing. So Scotland, if we were going back off of the qualifications, Scotland would definitely have won this group for me, and then it would have been Hungary and Germany third. But Germany have improved. They look really good. I mean, they didn't have any qualifiers because they're host of the tournament. And Germany have a great, weird succession at hosting tournaments. If you've noticed, they've never lost a group. I don't think that's a 100% fact, but I think they've never lost a group. They've always finished top when they've hosted a tournament. So I think that thing continues. I think the backing of the German fans is going to be huge this summer. They haven't hosted a tournament since 2006. They did have one of the hosting cities for the previous Euros, but this is an actual tournament in their country. And I think that German crowd and the way that German football's been going lately, especially in the Bundesliga, we saw how Bayer Leverkusen have won. This has nothing to do with the German team. I think there is clearly, and I'm going really off of it, I clearly think Germany win this group. I think Hungary are going to be a big shock. It's close between them and Scotland for third and second. And I think Switzerland are going to be very big disappointment. Even though if you look at previous tournaments, Switzerland always gets second, but I can't put my money on them. So it's a bit of a disappointment, but we'll have to see how it goes. Let's go to Group B. Let's get Group B out the way. Very tough group. Probably the group of death for me, actually. Close to Group C, actually. I don't know which one's the group of death, because every group has its element. I think Group F's the group of death. That's going to be a tough one. We'll talk about that in a little while. But Group B, we've got Spain, Croatia, Italy, and the return of Albania. That's exciting for Albania fans. I'm just going to say it now. Albania are not a walkover this time. I think what we've seen, and especially with the qualifiers in I think it was 2022, yeah, when we had them in their group, they're not an easy team to beat. So, where are the champions going to finish? I'm going to put first Croatia. This is a bit of a shock. No one's actually put Croatia first from what I've seen in predictions. But I actually have a weird feeling that Modric is going to go on a bit of a run. And I think this Croatian team is going to be well overlooked in this tournament. So I've put Croatia first. I'm going to go Italy second. It's a bit random, because Italy and Croatia have actually been overlooked here, and I'm actually gonna say Spain third, Albania fourth. A bit of a shock, because you would think Spain and Italy would top that group, but I think Croatia have got something. They were pretty decent at the last World Cup. They're always pretty decent at World Cups. That's always constantly a theme in the last two World Cups. And what we saw against Spain in the quarterfinal a few years ago was pretty decent. And I still think Croatia could actually do something. They've still got some good, talented players in there. They've got some younger talent coming in there now. I think also Croatia are not the most talented team with stars, but they have a lot more experience now going deeper in tournaments compared to Italy and Spain. Look at their previous three tournaments. Spain have only reached a semi-final. Italy have reached a final, but they didn't get to the World Cup previously. Croatia have been regularly appearing in tournaments, and that is my honest opinion. I think Italy will also keep a much more firm mind in this tournament. I don't think they're going to slip up. like many people think they are. I just don't think they're a great World Cup team. They're a good European team, and Italy's history in this tournament, they've always been able to find a way in second. Spain have got a lot of younger players, still got a lot of time to work with it. But I do think Spain go through as third, and they're going to be another team that I think will go through. Albania, I did say will be quite good. I think they actually get a draw against Spain or Italy, possibly more likely Italy. They've got a bit of a weird history with Italy. And I think as a nation, I think it's disappointing that they've been put in this group. If they were put in a group F, they would have had a really good chance. I think that would have been a perfect group for them. So yeah, that's how I think it's gonna go. All right, Group C. This is England's group. It is with Slovenia, Denmark, Serbia, and England. I think you're going to be shocked by what I do in a minute, but Group C has got weirdly a team that I think I can remember the back of my mind in 2010. Slovenia. Slovenia. Everyone said Slovenia were not going to top the group. I think they got second in the group stages in their first ever World Cup. And then they went on quite a run in 2010, and that was, I think, their last tournament. I'm pretty sure it's their last tournament. So we have to go on the back of that and how they've been doing in qualifications. I think it's clear that Slovenia were a bit of a shock to get here, like Romania and like I think Albania. So they're a good team. Serbia as well, I think have got some interesting players that could bring to the competition. And we will have the rematch of the semi-final between Denmark and England. So those are games that are going to be great. Okay, let's do this. First place, I'm going for England. Yes, I don't think England are going to be overthrown at any point. But you'll be shocked by this. I'm going Slovenia, Denmark, and then Serbia. Now, hear me out. Remember 2010. Slovenia was in a similar thing to their group. They had Algeria, they had USA. They were predicted to finish bottom in that group. They got seconds, and I think they can do it again. I actually have the weirdest feeling about Slovenia. They've also got All Black. It's the same with all of the teams. All the teams have got really good goalkeepers, apart from England. I don't know why we still have Pickford. I don't think Pickford's the best goalkeeper, but he's pretty good in an England shirt. And I think Denmark are going to be a weird one this summer. I don't know where they're going to be. I do think they will do better when they get to the knockout stages, but I think they're struggling in this group. Serbia would be a big shock to get fourth. You probably think I would go with Slovenia to be fourth. A lot of people have gone and overlooked Slovenia, but don't overlook them. They are a really good team. They're a hard team to beat, Slovenia, from what I've seen. And for them to be in this tournament, like Albania, like Romania, they're still a good team. They didn't go through the playoffs, if you can remember. And 2010 is my backing, but it could go the opposite way around. Those three at the bottom are going to be tough to pick, I think, again. I do think England have got extra energy around them this time as well, and I do have more confidence in England this time round to think that they will go further in this tournament. So, yes. Whew. Let's go to Group D. Group D, Netherlands, Austria, France, and Poland. Oh, this is the group of death, I think. I said a lot of teams were group of death, but I think this is clearly the group of death. Austria, got to watch out for them. And they're going to be a really good team. Poland, always very good. Lewandowski, they've got some great players in there. France, they've got Mbappe. And then you got player to Memphis for the Netherlands. This is a tough, more tougher because of how good Austria have been lately. But it's gonna be interesting to see how teams progress. So I don't know what to do here, but I think France will win the group. I think France are actually going to do really decent this summer. I don't think this will be the best tournament for France. That doesn't mean they won't win, but I think they get past this group. Second, it is between Austria and Netherlands. I'm going to say that now. I don't think Poland are going to actually get out of this group. And I'm actually going to cause no shock. I think it is going to stay pretty similar to how qualifications went for France and Netherlands. I actually do think Netherlands have something this summer as well. Austria, I think, might be one of those teams on the boundary of maybe getting through in third. But I do think Austria need a bit more time. I think we saw what they did against Italy in the last tournament, and they have some great players in there, and they're going to be a great team. But I just don't think. I really, really don't think Austria will get second. I think the Netherlands are a great team, and there's a lot of people saying Netherlands aren't that good. I think they're much better than where they were a few years ago. Back to Poland though, quickly. I can't predict Poland. Sorry to the Polish fans. I don't think they've got that spark anymore. But a few years ago in 2016, they would have definitely probably got top two in this group. But it's changed. It really has changed, and it just shows you the dynamic of this tournament. Okay, Group E. I am gonna put well, let's go through the teams first. I know who I'm going to get put first. I can't say they're not going to get first. This is much tougher than you think. Belgium are losing a lot of their stars now. That's the interesting thing. And yeah, it is quite the interesting group. I think this is going to be a very difficult group. I don't even think first is predictable looking at it now. But here's Group E. We've got Belgium, we've got Slovakia, we've got Romania making a big return to European football after similar to Albania, their return since 2016. This is a return for Romania. I'm excited for Romania this summer, and Ukraine. That's always a one for the fan favourites. They've always got something under their sleeve. Same as Slovakia. Um, so this is difficult. This is really difficult. But I'm going to go Belgium first. I'm not going to change that. And the second spot is between three really good teams. I actually think there's going to be real difficulty between second and first. I think those two are going to be neck and neck, and then there's a battle for third. And I'm I'm just going to have to go off of what I think is going to happen. And I actually put Romania second, Ukraine third, and Slovakia fourth. Slovakia are a good nation, but I don't think they have the guts to overthrow Ukraine and Romania. And I think Romania will go on a magical run like 94. I think Romania have got something that I don't think many teams have had. And they won their group against Switzerland. Remember that. Yes, they had a very, very easy group, but they beated Switzerland twice. And, that really, really, takes away from teams. So, yeah, absolutely crazy for them. If this goes this way, I wouldn't be shocked. Romania are a good team. They've got a bit of experience at tournaments, and it's a return for. I think they missed the last two major tournaments for Europe, so yeah, they're looking good. Also with Ukraine, I think they've got that. The conflict in Russia still in the back of their mind, and I think also Ukraine have just got so many good players that will motivate them. I do think Ukraine might be one of the third place teams. We'll have to see who go through in a little while. Okay, Group F. I'm not going to scroll it any more down because we won't. I want to be surprised who's the third place teams. Group F is probably the group of open opportunity for second because you've got Czechia, who, let me remind you, went on to the quarterfinals last time. Turkey, who were predicted to deliver but just did not deliver at all at the last tournament. Georgia, who are the newcomer, one of the few newcomers at this tournament, and Portugal. Um, I, I would be stupid to put Portugal second, but I actually have a weird thing about Portugal. I can't see Portugal clicking this summer. And you know what? I think it's Turkey's time to come back to Europe. I do think Turkey are going to have a magical run this summer. And I think it starts off with winning this group. I can't predict Portugal any lower than second. So it's close between Georgia and Czechia. Now, I'm going to have to go for Czechia. I think Czechia are a weird team, but I think they've got something now. They went to the quarterfinals last time. They beat the Dutch last time. I think they've got something underneath their skin. It does overlook Georgia because they've got a lack of experience. And honestly, Telegraph, how hard is it to download a Georgia flag? They've got the English flag here for Georgia. Really disrespectful. Um, I don't know why they've done that. But yeah, I can't really say that Portugal are going to be able to, come lower than third. I think it could still be possible, but I actually think Turkey will do something this summer. I think Turkey, they've got a weird feeling around them, and of course, Portugal are current champions. Czechia are technically champions. They were Czechoslovakia. Both teams are in the tournament, so yeah, Czechia are champions as well. Georgia, I think they've been brilliant to get up to this point, but what I saw of Georgia, and I saw a few of the friendlies that they played in, it didn't look great. It was very scrappy, and also they had to get to a penalty shootout with Greece. So I don't know about Georgia yet. I have to wait and see. But it'll be nice to see a new team at this tournament, and welcome to Georgia. You've got 2 heroes. It sounds like I'm negative about this, but I actually am excited about Georgia, and I think this group is very exciting, like all the others. Okay, our third place teams. We've got a few. Oh. This is very, very, very difficult. I think we're going to get the two out the way that are obvious. I think Spain and Denmark are going through. I don't think there's any doubts that those teams are going to get a point or at least a win at some point. And then it's between possibly 4 really good teams here. And I mean, the last 2 spots are going to be very hard. I'm going to go for Scott. No. Actually, yes. I think Scotland get third best out of the third place teams. And I'm going to actually think Czechia sneak in. I think Austria are going to be very unlucky. And I don't think Ukraine do much in the third place things. The reason I put Czechia fourth over third place teams for Austria in fifth is I don't think Austria actually are going to get many points. If you think about it, I just can't see them winning against either France or Netherlands. And I think they're going to be really good in that last game, but they're not going to have enough goals. I think Czechia have got Patrick Schick, that was a well-known, talented icon at the last tournament. And Scotland have got talent as well in there that we've not seen on the big stage, but I think it actually is going to be pretty similar to Wales, not as far as Wales, and you'll see my prediction when we get to the round of 16. But I think they're going to have a similar sort of, process like Wales. It's not going to be the same way they play, but it's going to be similar to the feeling that Wales had in 2016 for Scotland. Denmark and Spain are clearly going to get through. I don't think I have put them third, but I do think they get enough points. Definitely for Spain, I think they beat Albania, and Serbia will be an easy picking for Denmark. I don't actually think Serbia are that good. It's a hard thing for me to say that because I think Serbia are a great team, but I actually think if it comes to tournaments, Serbia are that they didn't really click at the last Euros, and it's their debut actually at this tournament. So, it's a tough thing, and that's another thing. There's a few teams that are making debuts like Slovenia. I think Slovenia are the only team that are going to make a debut that do really well because they've got history in previous tournaments, and it's that click with certain players. So yeah, Czechia, Scotland, Denmark, and Spain go through. All right, round of 16. Oh, great. Germany, Slovenia. I think this was the game that they had in the round of 16 a few years ago. Of course, Germany get an easy picking in the round of 16. I mean, we need Germany to go through because I love Germany when they're good at tournaments. I don't like seeing what's happened to Germany. I've got a weird thing about Germany this summer, that they are going to do very well this year. So I'm going to go Germany to win against Slovenia. I no doubt it's. I think this goes to extra time, but I think Germany might just nick a goal in extra time, and it might be a scrappy handling error from All Black. I just can see All Black making an error at the knockout stages. I think it'd be perfect in the group stages, and it'd be impressive, but I can't actually see Germany losing to Slovenia. The talent that Germany brought in the last few years and what they've been working with for the last 6 years to get back to where they were in 2014, 2016 has taken them a time. And to host the Euros as well, they're going to want to go far. They're not going to want to screw this up. So, yeah, Germany going through. The champions versus a Hungarian team that could shock people. Well, I've just seen what's happened next. Spain Croatia replay. Hang on. Is that right? That can't be right. Maybe it is. What? Hang on. Is that possible? So they've matched up with Spain. I don't think that's right. I don't think that would ever happen. How? How is that happening? I'm utterly confused. This confused me because surely you can't play against the same team you get. You could probably play them in the quarterfinal, the semi-final, and the final. But they're going to be meeting again apparently in the round of 16. That's how it works. Okay. This tournament may have just been open. Italy, Hungary. Let's go back to that quickly. That just screwed my mind a bit. We've got England, Czechia also to talk about in a little while. I'm gonna have to go Italy. I'm sorry to anyone watching. I can't see Hungary doing it. Great team. Again, might go to extra time. Maybe even penalties. I think Hungary have got a weird thing. I think it'll be like a slow built game. I don't think Italy are going to go full pelt, but I think Italy's talent and as the champions, they're going to want to go far. So, yeah, I can't take them out. Croatia versus Spain. I don't know how this has happened in match 39, but it is happening. And I'm going to have to go for Spain. I can't see Spain losing against Croatia again. I think they do lose the first time. If it happens, I don't know how this has worked. And I don't know the statistics of that happening. Comment down below how the statistics of that happening. That you meet each other in the round of 16. I don't think that's possible. I don't even know. I don't know if UEFA fucked up there. Apologies for my language. But yeah. This is very quick, but I've got to go with Spain. I think I said about Croatia going on a tremendous run, and I did say about actually I'm going to reverse that. I'm going to go to Croatia. I know I said I was going to go for Spain, but I just remembered in the back of mine, I said Croatia are going to go on a run this summer. I think this is Croatia's last big chance. So yeah, apologies to Spanish fans. I don't think Spain are going to be able to get the double. I think Croatia beat them again if they meet again. I don't know how that's happened. Oh my God, match 41 is a crazy one. Match 40, I'm going to go with England. England should be getting past Czechia. Czechia, amazing run to get to the round of 16 again. But I don't see Czechia doing an upset again like they did last time. So yeah, Croatia. I want to go back to Croatia quickly. We'll talk about England in a minute. Croatia, I just can't see Croatia building any, uh, uh, building a lot against Spain. I think it's a tighter game than the first time they meet in the group stages. But I've got to say, Croatia are gonna be able, and I'm going to say this now, are going to be able to do enough to go through. I just can't see Spain overthrowing them. And back to England. England got much better quality than what they had 4 years ago in the final against Italy. So watch out for England. They could be a real prize round. Oh my God. Scotland versus Turkey. Oh, Scotland fans will be at their first knockout tournament game. And I did say it. I think Turkey go on a magnificent run. That's no hate to Scotland. Before any Scottish fans look at this video and say, oh, that's hate to Scotland. I love Scotland. I really hope they beat Turkey. But what I said earlier about Turkey, they might be going on a run this summer. And that's actually an interesting talk because I think also Romania joined them. You thought I was going to go Netherlands. I actually think Netherlands are slipping up against Romania if this happens. How many? Oh my God. Oh my God. I've just seen the last game. I think you guys did as well. So yeah, Turkey and Romania will be the big shocks in this round of 16 to get to the quarterfinal. It's always going to happen. You're never going to have a Euros with the amount of teams now in it. There's never not going to be a shock. So yeah, we're going to get two shocks back to back on the same day. Oh, this is the toughest games coming up, and it is match 43, Denmark, Belgium, and match 44, that's France versus Portugal. I'm going to go for Denmark to beat Belgium. I think Denmark are going to be quite in form. I think I said this, they're not going to be great in the group stages, but they are going to get enough decent form in the knockouts. I think they got a good chance. And Portugal, France, I think France get their revenge. I can't say France don't. I think we look back at 2016, you can't say they're not going to get their revenge. That is just written in the stars there, really, isn't it? Portugal, France, you ultimately, I can't, we've seen it so many times where teams have had this in Euros and World Cups and like African Cups and Asia Cups and all of the like domestic international tournament cups where you have that ultimate rematch and the team get their revenge. We've seen it with Ghana, we've seen it, I think, with Italy a few times against Germany in UEFA Nations League. It's history to be happening again, and I think that 2016 final is in the back of that French team's mind because they could have won that tournament. They probably should have won that tournament. So we have, oh man, alrighty. Oh my God. How has this happened in match 46? Romania, Turkey is going to happen. What? So, match 45, it is Germany, Croatia. Oh, this is a tough one. I did say Croatia would go on a run, but I didn't know where they would have finished. And I can't knock out the host, or could I? Could I knock out the host in this quarterfinal? It's tough. It's really tough. I'm just thinking how this game goes. It definitely goes to penalties. I can see that. And if it goes to penalties, sorry Germany, I had to do. It's weird. It's weird. I don't know why I've gone for Croatia over Germany in a hosting team, but I think this goes to penalties, and we know how Lana Flanagan is a god tier goalkeeper at penalties. He's probably the best. And that penalty shootout in Qatar in 2022 is what's in the back of my mind. I cannot see this going to normal. I don't see this ending in normal time. I see this being an absolute goal fest, but I think Croatia hang on. I think Croatia are going to be incredible. Oh! Who've England got? It's oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I'm glad it's not France. Romania, Turkey, the battle of the Cinderella teams, or our underdog stories. I have to say, this is going to be a great quarterfinal for the viewer because it is going to be great. We're going to have at least an underdog team in the semi. But I have to be honest. I think it is unfortunate, but I don't see Romania getting to their first semi-final. Turkey look great. They look absolutely nostalgic at the moment. And yeah, it's gonna be quite the moment for them. So you know, what a game! What a game it will be. I do think this is going to be a boring game. I don't think it's going to be a very entertaining game. And I actually going to predict this is a 120-minute winner from Turkey. It's going to be 0-0 full time, 0-0 at the first period of the end of the first period of extra time. And then second period of extra time, we're going to see absolute chaos in that second extra time period. I actually think Turkey get 2 goals and Romania get 1 goal. And the second period of extra time, so 15 minutes of goal madness. I can't predict this stuff any in more detail. Okay, the 2 tough fixtures. I think this is clear. It's France, Denmark, a repeat of the World Cup group stages in the last 2. These 2 keep meeting up, and Italy, England, the final, the haunt. I'm gonna do England, Italy in a minute, because that's difficult. That's much more difficult than you think. Yes, it's so clear to pick England, but Italy, I think, have got something this summer. France, Denmark is also another really hard pick because you could say Denmark, you've got Schmeichel, they've got Eriksen back. This will be his tournament, I think, because a lot of people will remember what happened to him at the last tournament. I think he'll want to do something. He didn't get the chance to get to the semi-final with his Denmark team, and he never has had. And Denmark have got some good players, but France have got Kylian Mbappe. I think they got Pogba will be in there. Benzema, Griezmann might be in that team. Lloris, I had a weird thing there with my voice there, and that's just because it's so difficult. But reality, I think, is going to kick in for France. I really don't see France in the final. And I go Denmark. Bit of a shock. Not a major shock. But it's another shock in this tournament. And I think these knockout games are weird. But I don't actually think France, with this squad, is good enough to win a tournament again. I think they're close to it. I think the next World Cup in 2026, I think they might be able to do it. But yeah, I actually think Denmark could do it. England, Italy. Uh, this is really horrible to do. Another quarterfinal against a really tough team. It always is going to happen from now on. Do we get our revenge? Is it coming home? Is all those questions. And I'm going to say yes. I think England will have the rematch against Denmark in a semi-final. Do I think it will go their way? Yes. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think ultimately Italy will be similar to what happened in the group qualifiers. And yeah, it's gonna be great. It is gonna be absolutely nostalgic final for the viewer. But yeah, again, France, Germany, Italy, all being knocked out in this quarterfinal. That's big. That's huge. And Romania. But that's not a big call. Okay, Turkey versus Croatia. The run of the shockers. They've beaten some great teams already. Turkey have beaten Romania and Scotland. So this is going to be Turkey's proper first test. They would have been a bit lucky if this happens in real life. And I don't think they will. I think they'll get a tough opponent if they get to the quarterfinals. So I can't say Turkey go further than the semi-final. They had Scotland. They have Romania. Those are the two most easiest teams to have in the knockouts. I just can't see it happening. And I think Croatia, as I've said, going to go on a magical run. And yeah, I think we're going to get a new champion, hopefully. Denmark, England. The rematch is here. Oh, God. If you thought England were going to get this far, I don't think that's a shock. But is it coming home for England? Oh, I don't like doing this. I had this feeling last time. But I can't do it. I really can't do it. But I just can't see it. I think Denmark shock England. And like with Portugal, France, I think Denmark get their revenge. And yes, I think that's England's run done. I don't like doing that. I really don't like doing that. But I can't, for me, I can't see England getting past the semis. I've had this weird feeling that we're going to struggle at the semis. I think we're going to dominate up to the quarterfinals. And then the semis, it's just going to go horribly wrong. Against Denmark as well. That is a huge revenge arc for Denmark. That should have been a good chance for them to get in second. And now we have Croatia and Denmark. Can Denmark become second time champions, or will Croatia be able to do something? And I am gonna say it is our 2024 prediction champions. Our predicted champions are going to be Croatia. Yes. And it's interesting because it's a weird story arc. Because if you think about it, it should be Denmark because they're the one-time champions in 1992, and they've got a great team. They've just beaten England. But I actually think Croatia could do it. They were really good at the World Cup in 2022 in Qatar. They were really good in 2018. They were actually pretty decent in 2020. They just didn't have the players to click at the end in extra time against Spain. And I think Modric will go out with a European trophy, pretty similar to 2016. It's going to be a bit of a shock. They're a good team. They're not. It's not like it's a bit. Yeah, it's 2016 again because it's like a team that yes, you think are maybe going to win, but when they get to the final stage, you always say Germany, France, England, and probably Spain. But yeah, I can't see Croatia going out without a battle. They win their group. They dominate pretty much the first two knockout games. I think they struggle at the semis and they will struggle in the final against Denmark. I think Denmark give a good fight. Denmark are going to come two-time champions. They're going to want to join France in that conversation. And yeah, it's going to be a great Euros. I hope. Also, another reason why I've not put England in this final is I can't see Denmark or England beating Croatia. I actually think Croatia are the best team at this tournament this summer. It's weird. I don't think this necessarily is going to happen, but it's my prediction. And it might happen. If this happens, this is the most craziest, I think, thing that's happened. I mean, this is the most craziest champion that I've predicted. I didn't know this was the route that it would go on, but yeah, I think this Euros, if this goes like it is, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be amazing. I think also this year's the most open tournament we've had in a long time for a European Championship. There are so many teams who could potentially do something, and it's hard to predict. But with over a month away to this tournament now, I can't wait for it. So there you go. That's my prediction. We've won the 3% players to predict Croatia. That's interesting. Only 3% people have predicted Croatia. But who do you think's going to win? Comment down below. Subscribe if you're watching this off of YouTube. Go and follow me on Facebook if you've just tuned in to watch it on Facebook. Thank you very much. And I will see you guys in the next video. I might react to this. This is an interesting thing. I've just got to show you this. 13% of people said it's going to be Germany. 22% said in England, of course, England. And then I'm going to go France. France are 25%. I'm not going to go with France. You guys have gone with France. Interesting that. Very interesting that statistic at the bottom. I'm going to leave that on your screen for a few seconds so you guys can read it while I go. But there you go. That is it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Comment down below who you think's going to win this Euros. Who's your favourites? Who's your underdog? Who's your Cinderella story? And who you think is going to score the most goals out of England? I think that's an interesting question. And who do you think... not who do you think, where do you think England are going to finish? Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in another video. I will actually react to this prediction at the end of the tournament to see if I get it wrong. I think I'm going to get this completely wrong looking at it now, but it is what it is. It is how it's gone, and I can't doubt that Croatia will do something this summer. Anyway, that's it. I'll see you hopefully in 49 or over 60 days time. I think's the next. It's like 70 days to the when we react to it. So yeah, I'll see you in July for the reaction prediction video, reacting to the prediction. But there is your top three predicted winners: England, France, and Germany. Who would have expected England and Germany to be in that top three? I don't think many. Anyway, I'm going to sort out the dogs because they're barking. And I'll see you guys soon. Don't forget to like, subscribe. I did say this was going to go on Facebook, but it's not going to. It's just going to go on YouTube because I keep doing these on YouTube. Anyway, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your weeks. We'll see you in a couple of weeks' time. In about, I think it's like 12 or 16 weeks to the final. And yeah, I might actually start looking into teams and doing some more videos for this tournament because I'm excited for it. Comment down below what video I should do next as well. Anyway, that's it. And also, comment down below where you think England are going to finish, where they're going to finish at this tournament. And Scotland. Anyway, bye-bye.